Do you want to know what our top late night eats are?
Come get lost with us today as we find out.
In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
This month we're celebrating all of those amazing people around the world who are helping others. And today we're going to be celebrating
JDRF, which stands for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. They are one of the first organizations that started research into type 1 diabetes and trying to find a cure. They also do a lot of work in local communities, providing insulin for those who don't have access, as well as insulin pumps and insulin pump supplies. So they're a pretty cool organization if you're looking for some way to get involved and help somebody who might actually have a disease like myself, type 1 diabetes.
So check out the links below. You can learn more about the organization, and there's also a link so you can donate right directly to that organization. So let's get back to that video. All right, so number one on our late night eats list is a diner known as Blueberry Hills.
Yeah, Blueberry Hills has a few locations located around Las Vegas. Not all of them are open 24 hours, but they do have 2 locations that are. So for us, that means they have to be the perfect late night spot to go get some food, right? And they are.
I don't understand being them open doesn't make them the best. The food is fantastic there. You're hiding the lead on that one. The food is really, really good. It's a diner style restaurant that serves a lot of breakfast items, you know, the diner style like dinners and lunches.
Their menu is actually absolutely huge. They have fajitas, they have taco salads, they have breakfast items, they have burgers, they have like country home style cooking kind of food.
And something else you need to hit up is the pies. They make all their pies and cakes in-house, and they are super tasty. If you ask any local around here, what do they eat at Blueberry Hills, the first thing they're gonna say is, you've gotta check out those pies.
Which is fascinating, which kind of makes me think of Perkins for us back in the day.
A lot better than Perkins, anybody who's listening.
I just mean like Perkins was always like famous for their pies for us, so it kind of makes me think of that from back in the day. But I will say their food 10 times better than Perkins.
Yeah, and again, 2 of the locations are open 24 hours, so anytime you want to get something. Just so you know, some people might recommend the peppermill. We've also went to that on this channel. That is not a recommendation for us. Definitely go to Blueberry Hills because at least they make the stuff there. Everything seems to be, well, I shouldn't say everything, but most of the stuff seems to be made in-house.
Agreed. And at Peppermill, not everything was made in-house, and it was a lot more expensive. Whereas at Blueberry Hill, things were cost-effective and they felt homemade. And the level of service, even at night, is still fantastic.
Yeah, it's a big restaurant too, so it doesn't really get packed, so there's not that many long lines or anything when you're getting there. Now, if you go during like the breakfast rush and stuff on like the weekends and stuff, it might get a little busy, but normally you can just get right in, get you a nice table, and then like Nacy said, awesome customer service every time we've been there.
So that is our number 1 on our list of our top late night eats. Let's check out what our next one is.
Yeah.
So this next location not only delivers when it comes to food, but it comes through when it comes to drinks.
Yeah, it's Herbs and Rye, which is another one that's probably about 10 or so minutes from the Strip. It's not in the best area of town, so when you get there, just note that, make sure you don't have anything in your cars when you leave it there at night.
Agreed. But they have a happy hour, and as of right now, they're actually doing the happy hour all day long, but it may change to what it was before the pandemic, which was between 3 and 5 a.m. and 3 and 5 p.m. So twice a day, they would do happy hour where it was half off steaks and then half off certain drinks, not all their drinks, but some of their drinks. And I have to say, we decided to just show up for their happy hour one night, and we were kind of blown away.
Yeah, steaks and apps, so some of their apps too. Not every app on the menu is half off in the happy hour, but some of it. The steaks are really good. I don't think they're the best steaks in Vegas, and you'll have to definitely subscribe to the channel because we'll be doing the top steaks in Vegas next year. So if you want to see our picks for those, definitely hit subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments below too what you think is the best steak. But it is a really, really solid, really, really good steak.
And what's cool about the drinks here is the bartender, you just tell them what kind of drink you like, whether it's fruity, whether it's like, you prefer tequila over vodka, or maybe you're a gin drinker. Whatever it is, they will make you a custom drink based on your individual tastes.
And one of the kind of cool things, it definitely has like a speakeasy vibe. It's very kind of dark and I guess romantic maybe would be the right word for it.
It's like
and mobster.
Early Vegas mobster vibe.
Yeah, and you get this like really cool vibe and atmosphere there, mixed with the great drinks, and then the kind of, for Vegas, they are cheap steaks. So they are cheaper steaks, but they do taste good. So it's not like you're sacrificing for taste here, like with some of the like $5.99 meals on the strip.
You're gonna get a quality steak for what you're paying.
Right, you're definitely gonna get some quality here, and it's a really good experience as well.
Agreed. And like we said, it's not far off the strip. You can definitely get an Uber here for probably $15-20 at the most. It's probably closer to the Strat in terms of if you're trying to think of like the layout of where it's at. And typically you can go online to their website and make reservations same day. So just look on their website if you want to make a reservation, because I do think for the most part it is reservation only. So keep that in mind when you guys are going. They may still take walk-ins, but your best bet to get a table in Vegas is always to get a reservation if you can. Yeah,
for sure. The best way really is to make sure you pick up that reservation, because especially during those busier times of the year and stuff, they are super busy. We went there and they were filled up for like the entire week with reservations.
Agreed.
I mean, the drinks, again, are fantastic. Their drink menu is probably one of the larger drink menus that we've seen here, but their ability to make it was also really, really good.
They had drinks from different eras. So they started from like the early 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, 1950s. So they had every era, and then they had 5 or 6 drinks listed for each of those eras, which I thought was pretty cool. So you could kind of figure out like what is it that you really liked.
Yeah, and it is an experience. Like we said, it kind of feels like you're going into a speakeasy because, again, it's a rundown part of town. Yeah, there's really nothing around it. It's just this kind of like bland building, for lack of a better term.
It's hard to see at night, too.
But then you go in and it's like this really, really nice experience with like the gangster atmosphere of the past. The lighting's nice. And again, our recommendation too is definitely hit up those drink menus. That's where you should really kind of go for it, because there's a lot of really good drinks there. The steaks are good, but everyone has a ribeye and a porterhouse and stuff. But these drinks are really, really banging.
The service is also really good as well. I have to say, there's very few restaurants that we have been to in Las Vegas that I can say had phenomenal service, and this was one of them.
So I think that sums up the herbs and rye experience from us. What do y'all think number 3 is gonna be?
I don't know. You're gonna have to stick around to find out. So where do you go when you've got that late night sweet tooth craving?
Randy's Donuts.
So this location, we finally got a Randy's out here. They're pretty big in California, I believe. And Las Vegas finally got their first Randy's Donuts. And I have to say, we have tried donuts from all over Las Vegas. And these kick ass. And they just recently are finally open for their full 24 hours.
Yeah, eventually they're going to add more locations across Las Vegas, but right now there's one that's probably about another 10-15 minutes off the strip. It's not that far, and it is open 24 hours now. So they're all supposed to eventually be open 24 hours when they open, but Randy's Donuts is open 24 hours. They have some super tasty yeast donuts. These are some of the best yeast donuts I've had in my entire life.
Yeah, and we were eating at Pink Box for a while when we first got here, and no hate on Pink Box. They are good in their own right and what they are good at. But Randy's Donuts, just overall, the variety that they have and the flavor profiles that they have are just good. Yeah,
you can't really beat the different flavors, the different taste. And again, even their cake donuts are good, but man, those yeast, whatever that formula is, the recipe for those yeast donuts is fantastic.
Now, like Gary said, they only have one location as of right now, and you can go inside or you can go in the drive-thru. I will say, word of warning, if you do go during peak times, like early in the morning, it can be very, very busy. And a legit tip from us is to go to their website, pick out the donuts that you want. Put it in a notes app or write it down on a piece of paper, because I guarantee you it's going to save you time when you go in there if you already know roughly what kind of donuts that you want.
Yeah, and their website is really good because it has the pictures. They're very clear to look at. They have all the names. And the only thing you're going to run into is sometimes they do run out. We've never ran into that issue, but they do say they can sometimes run out. So just know that ahead of time. But man, I can't stress how good this is for a sweet treat. You have to let us know in the comments below, are donuts breakfast food or just treats? Because Nacy says they're not breakfast food, but to me, I've always equated them as a breakfast food.
I think of them more as a treat. Yes, you can eat them for breakfast. There's nothing wrong with eating a donut for breakfast, but I don't necessarily consider that like, we're gonna get breakfast, let's get donuts. But that's where we disagree. So, but still, fabulous donuts that we absolutely loved eating. And we've gone back twice since then to just try some different ones. And if you guys want to see what we thought about the 12 donuts that we got, we did a 12 donut taste test where we went out to the park and we tried well, not every single one, but as many as we could fit into the dozen that seemed different and interesting. So make sure you guys check out that video. We'll give you guys kind of a taste test. You can see it and you can kind of get the experience of what it's like to go to Randy's.
Yeah, and the cool part about Randy's too is that with it being open 24 hours, as long as you miss those like peak times, like I would say like between like 5 and probably like 9 a.m., as long as you miss those peak hours, it really isn't that bad to get in and out of it. It's really a kind of easy experience. Most of the time they're really sort of low-key places to go. And it's definitely different than most of the stuff you're gonna get 24 hours here. Now there are like pubs and stuff located around town, but there's nothing like Randy's Donuts for that little sweet kick that you want.
Agreed. So let's find out what our last top late night eats place is gonna be for Las Vegas.
Let's go.
So
where do you go if you're in Vegas and you want to see a little bit of Disney late at night?
And it's open 24 hours? You go to the Tiki bar.
The Tiki, 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 Tiki bar. The Tiki, 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 Tiki bar.
I don't know what else we're going to put in there, but you can go to the Tiki bar. So it is the Tiki bar that is right off the strip. It's right over by, it's literally in Chinatown.
Yeah. And
it's right next to our favorite pho place, which is also a 24-hour location.
Pho Kim Law.
Best pho that we have had in Las Vegas. We have tried a bunch of different places so far. Pho Kim Law is our favorite. And anyways, back to what we were talking about, which is the Tiki bar.
Yeah.
This place is so cool. Basically a bunch of Disney Imagineers got together and decided they were going to help do some of the creative side of this bar. And you can see the Disney nods all throughout. You've got
from the moment you open the door, they play the Pirates of the Caribbean, slightly altered, but it's the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Now, you do need to know, we're going to say this at the beginning, it is an adult-themed bar.
Very.
So do not take your kids there because there's penises and...
You have to be 21 to get in.
Yeah.
You can't even be 18 to get in. You have to be 21 to get into this bar.
So there's a lot of like phallic symbols throughout and other things. So just know that ahead of time. But it is a really, really cool experience for those Disney grown-ups that love Disney. They want a little bit of adult, and then they want to enjoy sort of that Disney atmosphere.
Yeah, they have the tiki birds, like from the Tiki Room. They have the hula girls that are in the design of like Mary Blair from It's a Small World. So you'll see those in there. There are shrunken heads. And you can pay about, I think it was like $500, and you can have your own head shrunken. Now, obviously, like not like this, but like what you're seeing kind of up here in the video.
And you don't take it home. You leave it in the restaurant. Just
so
FYI.
You'll be forever a part of the restaurant, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool nod.
Let us know in the comments below if you think we should do that in the coming year.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that next year for Vlogmas. Maybe. Who knows?
Well, if you guys want us to, let us know.
Yeah. The drinks, they had a huge drink menu, and you can pretty much pay extra couple bucks and they will light it on fire, any of the drinks. I have to say it's worth, I like fire, so I like watching the pretty pretty show. So,
and if you've ever been to Disneyland or Disney World and went to Trader Sam's, this is kind of a very similar experience. The drinks are very similar. So they have those like very tropical drinks. They also have some of the like, you know, more polished like whiskeys and stuff like that too, where you get that different sort of flavor profile. But it's sort of very fruity drink atmosphere, super great drinks. The apps are okay, they're not bad. And so the food and the drinks are pretty solid.
I will say, for me, I would probably go get some pho afterwards. Like, I wouldn't put a whole lot of money into the food there, but put your money into the drinks because the drinks are made good, they're strong, and they're not super expensive either.
And the atmosphere there, the service is always great. They're always sort of in that sort of tiki room sort of atmosphere, and it's really kind of fun and a laid back situation. Do know that there isn't that many seats, so it is a very small bar. So again, you might want to make reservations before going there just because it gets so busy, especially at the peak hours, like the weekends and the weekend evenings. Those are very, very busy there. So you might want to get a reservation beforehand. But again, open 24 hours. How many cool tiki rooms do you think are open 24 hours?
So if you guys have a tiki room or another bar that's like this that we should check out in Vegas, because I've heard there are a few other ones, let us know in the comments below because we'll definitely go check them out and kind of compare them to this one. But I have to say, it's a little bit of Trader Joe's and a little bit of Disney here in Las Vegas for me. Yeah,
and sort of a bonus for those who have watched this far, Pho Cam Long is definitely the place to hit up afterwards to get your nice little grub on, get you a bowl of pho there. It is fantastic, and check out those crab rangoons.
That's gonna conclude our top 4 late night eats here in Las Vegas, and they are all different. They're all different experiences. They're all gonna give you different kinds of food.
Yeah, we started out with a diner-like atmosphere, rolled into a couple nice drink places with some good food, and then you got your suite on too. So we kind of give you a perspective of a bunch of different things. Plus we gave you that hidden number 5 if you watched the video completely.
Agreed. So I hope you guys enjoyed tagging along with us today. Make sure you guys like this video.
Hit that subscribe button.
And make sure you ring that notification bell so that way you guys are notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And since it's a legit holiday,
we're going to see you guys
tomorrow.
So
bye everybody. Ain't that the truth, baby? Woo-hoo.
Bye.
Don't forget to check below for those organization links that we're highlighting each day this month of our legit holiday. It's got the donation link and to find out more information. So don't forget to like this video.
Hit that subscribe button.
And ring the notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come get you guys in the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby Ruth?